Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive, and this time we're going on a literary journey around the world.
Buckle up, we've got a fantastic itinerary lined up.
We're taking a listener request today. They're looking for the best travel books, those that'll really capture those different cultures and, inspire a little wanderlust.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we've got 8 books ready to go. Memoirs, tales with deeper meanings, and even a practical guide.
It's going to be a wild ride, so let's get started. First up, On the Road by Jack Kerouac. This one's for anyone who's ever felt stuck, yearning for something more.
Classic for a reason, right? Kerouac and his friends just hit the open road, rejecting the typical life that was expected of them.
Exactly. The Beat Generation. Think jazz, poetry, rebellion, that whole vibe.
In Kerouac's writing, it really captures that restless energy, that desire to break free. It's like he's saying, hey, there's a whole world out there, and you don't have to conform to experience it.
Right. And the way he writes, it's like a whirlwind. Spontaneous prose, he called it. You can feel that energy in every sentence.
It pulls you right in. You're practically speeding across America with them.
Makes you think, though, where do you feel constrained in your own life? What's holding you back?
Maybe On the Road can inspire you to break free and find your own version of freedom.
Now, for a totally different journey, let's switch gears to Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. Ever felt like you needed a total life reset?
Oh, I think we all have at some point.
Well, Gilbert dives right in after a painful divorce, escapes to Italy, indulges in amazing food, connects with people.
It's all about finding yourself, right? By losing yourself in different cultures. Italy, then India for spiritual exploration, then Bali for love and balance.
And her writing is so vivid, so real. You practically taste the pasta in Italy, feel that spiritual energy in India, and sense the peace she finds in Bali.
Yeah, it highlights how travel can be so much more than sightseeing.
Exactly. It can be about self-discovery, healing, transformation, all of that.
Speaking of transformation, let's move on to The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This one, it's inspired so many people to chase their dreams.
Now, this isn't a typical travel story. It's more of an allegory. There's a deeper meaning beneath the surface.
So imagine you're a shepherd, right, named Santiago, and you have this recurring dream about finding treasure near the pyramids. Do you ignore it or follow it?
That's the journey Santiago goes on. It's less about the actual destination, more about listening to your heart, finding your purpose.
It's a beautiful message.
But now, let's look at the flip side of chasing dreams, the risks, the realities. Into the Wild by Jon Krakauer. It tells the true story of Christopher McCandless.
He craved absolute freedom, gave up everything, went into the Alaskan wilderness.
Woefully unprepared, though. And it makes you think, can we ever truly escape society?
And at what cost? It's a captivating story, but also a cautionary tale.
Krakauer dives deep, explores idealism versus reality, the allure of nature, the meaning of freedom.
Yeah, and the importance of preparation and responsibility, too.
Definitely. It's a book that stays with you, makes you examine your own values, your choices.
It's a reminder that even the most adventurous journeys need a dose of realism and planning.
So are you ready to keep exploring? We've got 4 more incredible books to go, each with a unique perspective on long-term travel, finding paradise, and the power of nature. Okay, so we've talked about hitting the road, seeking meaning, but now let's get practical. What about those of us who dream of ditching the 9-to-5 and really traveling long-term?
Well, Vagabonding by Rolf, that might just be your roadmap.
Yeah, it's more than a travel guide though, right?
Absolutely. Potts challenges how we think about work, success, the whole idea of a fulfilling life. He wants us to see travel as a way of life, not just a break from real life.
I like that. And he really dives into the details, financing, planning, but he also talks about immersing yourself in new cultures, being open to the unexpected.
Yeah, it's about trading possessions for experiences, finding freedom outside the norm.
Freedom. That's a powerful idea. But what happens when the search for freedom, for paradise, takes a darker turn?
Good question. Well, let's take a look at The Beach by Garland.
This one, it paints a picture of a secret island in Thailand. A backpacker's paradise. Beaches, community, living in harmony with nature.
Sounds idyllic, doesn't it? And that's exactly what Richard, the main character, thinks at first. But as the story goes on,
things get a little, intense.
Yeah, you could say that. The community's rules become oppressive. There's paranoia, this unease under the surface.
It makes you wonder if we can ever truly escape human nature, even in paradise.
Right. Garland deconstructs that whole romanticized idea of paradise, shows the jealousy, the power struggles. We can't escape conflict no matter where we go.
That's a sobering thought. So we've seen those highs and lows of seeking freedom, finding paradise. Now let's talk about a story of resilience and the power of nature wild by Cheryl Strayed. Imagine hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, one of the most challenging trails in the U.S., with no experience.
And that's exactly what Stray does, but it's not just a casual hike, right?
No, not at all. She's dealing with loss, divorce, a lot of baggage. She's looking for strength in the wilderness, using the trail to face her demons.
And we witness her transformation. Every step, every obstacle, she sheds pain and finds new strength.
Her writing is so raw, so honest. It's a powerful testament to the healing power of nature and to human resilience.
It reminds us that the hardest journeys can lead to the most profound self-discoveries. Facing our fears, being vulnerable, coming out stronger.
Absolutely. But now, let's lighten things up a bit. A Walk in the Woods by Bryson. This one takes us on the Appalachian Trail, but with a comedic twist.
Yeah, imagine tackling this epic hike with your out-of-shape, grumpy friend. That's the premise.
And it's hilarious. Bryson finds humor in everything. Backpacks, fellow hikers, even just trying to keep up with his friend.
It's a nice contrast to the intensity of wild, right? It reminds us that nature doesn't always have to be about conquering challenges. Sometimes it's about laughing with a friend, enjoying the simple act of walking.
Right. Adventure can take many forms, and sometimes the best journeys leave you with sore muscles, tired feet, and a heart full of laughter.
Exactly. So we've journeyed with those seeking freedom, those finding paradise, and those finding healing, but we're not done yet. We have one more stop. A book that takes us back in time and challenges how we think about history and memory.
Well, here we are. Our literary journey is coming to an end. We've covered a lot of ground, from those open roads to exotic cuisines and challenging landscapes.
Yeah, from chasing dreams to the sometimes harsh realities of escaping society. We've seen it all through these 8 unique perspectives.
I'm curious, as we wrap up, what really stuck with you? Was there a book that sparked your wanderlust, made you want to pack your bags and just go?
You know, for me, what stands out is that contrast between The Alchemist and Into the Wild. Both are about following your dreams, but with very different takes on the risks and rewards.
Definitely. The Alchemist, it's all about embracing the journey, trusting your gut, finding your purpose. Such a powerful message.
Yeah.
But is it too idealistic?
Maybe. And then you have Into the Wild, which reminds us that freedom can be dangerous. You know, if you're not careful, not prepared, it's a balance, isn't it? Dreams and reality.
Yeah, and I think these books help us navigate that, each in their own way.
They make us think about our values, our relationship with the world, what really matters.
So, listener, if you could step into one of these journeys, which would it be? Hitting the road with Kerouac, that spontaneity and rebellion.
Or maybe a soul-searching trip like Gilbert, finding yourself through different cultures.
The wisdom of the alchemist, the practical tips from vagabonding, or maybe you're drawn to nature, like in Wild or A Walk in the Woods.
Whichever one calls to you, we hope these books have inspired you, broadened your horizons.
We hope you've gained a deeper appreciation for the power of travel, both physically and through the pages of a book.
Every journey, whether across the world or in your imagination, has the power to change you, challenge you.
So keep exploring, keep reading, keep diving deep into these stories. Until next time, happy travels.